I'm about to show you the best deck for the Blastoise EX promo event, Expert Fight. And no, it's not Pikachu EX, though I will get into that and why. And I do put pocket content out every day, if not every second day. So if you do enjoy Pokemon Pocket content, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Now, if your plan is to get all of the achievements, that means you need to use a deck which has only a 3 diamond card or lower. That means you can't use any EX cards, which rules out both Pikachu and Zapdos EX. This is what I call my achievement deck. So this deck runs 2 of the brand new Pikachu, which is actually pretty good, 2 Raichus. I choose to run 1 new Raichu and 1 old Raichu, but you can just run 2 of the genetic Apex Raichus, that is fine. I run 2 Magnemites with 1 Magneton, because Magneton is useful for setting up bench energies, which synergizes with Raichu and Lieutenant Surge. And the hero of the deck is of course Joltik and Galvantula for a couple of reasons. To round out the deck, we have 2 Lieutenant Surges, 2 Professor Oaks. I run 1 Sabrina, which can be useful, 2 Pokeballs, and 2 X speeds. Now, the Mythical Island Pikachu on its own is a little beast. If you have a fully stacked bench, this little guy does 50 damage a turn, which means it can take out Articuno EX in only 3 turns. It's very, very useful. Obviously, the risk in this situation is that if they get their Articuno going with perhaps a Misty, it can be one-shot, and the same does go for both Magneton and Galvantula, but the risk is generally pretty low with them landing Misty and using Misty. Now, starting Joltik and Galvantula is pretty optimal. Joltik, of course, does 50 damage with only 1 energy. It does have very low HP, but it can't really be killed by this deck, by the Blastoise Expert deck, very easy unless they do roll a Misty. And if they're going to roll 2 to 3 heads on a Misty, they're going to kill most of the mons on this deck anyway. Evolving into Galvantula early is extremely powerful because Galvantula does 90 damage when you factor in super effective, and it also means the opposing Pokemon can't retreat. Galvantula works very well in synergy with Raichu, because if Blastoise does come on with its massive 180 HP, you can hit it for 90 with Galvantula, taking it down to 90. It can't retreat, and then you're able to bring in your Raichu on the following turn, activate Surge to get those energies from Magneton to Raichu, and you can take out Blastoise in 1 hit. That's if you even need to. The ideal scenario, which plays out 90% of the time, is that Articuno goes down first. You're able to trap Articuno on field and kill Articuno before Articuno can actually do anything. That gets you your first 2 points really quickly, and then all you really need to do to get your 3rd point usually is Sabrina something else in and use Galvantula to take the kill. Now, of course, once your achievement is out of the way, it's hard to argue that anything other than Pikachu EX is worth running. Pikachu EX and Zapdos EX are just S tier for this event, and they're it's just a good, solid deck in general. There are a lot of variations of Pikachu EX. There's Pikachu EX with Zeb Striker, with Electrode, with Surge and Raichu. I choose to just run it very simply with Pikachu, Zapdos, and Joltik Galvantula, just because I think banning the switch mechanism for this particular deck fight is really important, especially because the Expert deck relies so heavily on Vaporeon using Washout. So by trapping the enemy on the field, you can take them out with Galvantula pretty quickly, and they can't retreat or do anything. So here's a quick game running the achievement deck. So good starting hand with Pikachu and Magnemite. No Joltik, which is kind of unfortunate, but Pikachu can still do work here. So this Pika can still do good early damage. Realistically, I should have put Magnemite down, but it doesn't really matter just because we've got good cards in our hand, so we're going to be killing this Articuno pretty quickly. But yeah, another Magnemite on the bench just would have done another 10 damage, but it doesn't really matter because we just drew the card we need, which is Joltik. So straight away, you want to feed your energies into Joltik here. We're going to basically X-speed Pika off next turn, and we're going to bring Galvantula in to take out the Articuno. So in a couple of turns, Pika has Articuno down to 60, which is just pretty good. This little guy does a lot of damage, especially because of the super effective. Now, they do have Blastoise down already, which isn't really going to be a problem because we do take Articuno out this turn, which has the 2 energies. So unless they roll a really good Misty into the Blastoise, this is a pretty safe win. And even if they do roll the Misty into the Blastoise, by the time they can do that, we'll get some damage into Stoise, and Raichu will be able to finish him off. So we're looking pretty relaxed. At the same time, we don't even need to fight Blastoise because once Articuno goes down, we can Sabrina in the Eevee and take that out for the win. So Articuno goes down pretty comfortably to Galvantula. That is 2 points really quickly, and this game is pretty much won. So Blastoise went down, but they also evolved Eevee to Vaporeon, which means I can't get the free kill with Sabrina, so we'll just have to kill Blastoise over 2 turns, which is pretty straightforward. Unless they had a Misty. Misty could have been a bit of a clincher, but then again, you can see by the time Misty went down, we would have had Raichu ready next turn to one-shot him either way. So pretty much unlosable. And we're not giving up a single point here, which is very good. That's, again, one of the achievements. So I'm bringing Raichu in just to BM, even though we could have just killed with Galvantula. You know, I feel like being cheeky. even though it's against an AI. But, you know, that's the game. That's how the deck works. We didn't even need the Magneton going on the bench, bringing the energies in, just because we had the early pressure. Articuno went down easily. And Articuno is the one you want to kill quickly because those 2 points make the rest of the game extremely easy. Even if Blastoise comes down, you can Sabrina and get the win in other ways. So very important to try and kill the Articuno, which is why Galvantula is so good because it can lock Articuno on field and it's just an easy 2 points.